Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. And you know what? This dog kennel does belong to me. Gary doesn't want it anymore. So we're going to do a little history on this. Now, you saw the other day that I got it all kind of set up on the way I'm going to use it. This is 8 foot long, 4 foot wide, 6 foot tall in the middle. But of course, it's taller. There's no roof on this. Now, Gary put this together a year ago and he put the stepping stones down and he was going to build something out of it. It sat. I didn't want to touch it. I put a bucket in there just to get it out of the way. And finally, he told me he's not interested in it. He's going to build something else in his garden. So I said, so what are you going to do with it now? He goes, do you want me to move it somewhere? Do you want me to attach it to the other dog kennels you've got? Because you know I've got one this size. And then we have another one where we put two together. I said to him, you know what? Leave it just the way it is. No roof as it stands, and I'll just go ahead and use it. And he goes, well, I'm going to move it. I'm going to cement the bottom. No. You're not going to put any more time into it. It has sat long enough, and I want to do in this dog kennel a garden with as little work as possible. Just kind of to see what you can do if you bought a dog kennel, or maybe somebody gave one away. You throw it in your yard and you just start growing in it. So this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with you. Now, will I regret it? Not covering it with 1/4-inch wire like we did the other two dog kennels, or doing anything, or not putting on a roof? I might, and you'll be able to see that. But I want to see how cheap we can get away doing this and still grow something. Now, I've got my thoughts on what I want to grow. What I'm doing here right now is I'm deciding on the colors of my totes. I have so many totes. Every time they put them on sale, I seem to buy a set. And they're really cheap. A lot of times they're just over $4, and they've got them right now, but the sale goes up and down. So I'm going to set them up by the way I like the color. Then I'm going to start thinking about filling them the way I usually fill them, because, well, you know what? We'll get into filling them when we get to that. But my goal is to see if I can deter the animals from going in there, the ones that I don't want in there, and do it cheap. Because covering it in tulle will cost me about $10. Oh, let's say 15. But doing it in wire could cost me 100 or more. So we'll see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'll go back and do it in either chicken wire or 1/4-inch wire, whatever. But I do want to do this garden very differently, like the other dog kennels. I think I can get away with it. If strategically set up, I may be able to keep a lot of critters away. Or I totally fail and I don't get much, and I go back and do it again. But I think this is going to be great. It's going to be a fun, easy garden, and I should be able to get this one set up, in a matter of days. Because working with totes, you can get everything together in a matter of a day to start a garden, and that's why I love my totes. And I think I've got it set up the way I want for now. Okay, so those are the colors I already have here, so I don't have to buy any more. I like the red. It shows up nice, so that can go elongated. Why? It gives me more room in the front when I step in. Then I can have those like that. So I'm going to maximize the floor space, but still have really good workable space. So it's going to go with the red into the light blue and the green. Then the pink's going to be tucked away there because I'm not crazy about the pink, but I have it. Then that purpley eggplant one is in the back, and then the blue back there. I think that's going to be really good. Easy to work with. See how I gained about 6 inches walking in by turning it, but I can't turn any more than that because it won't fit. So this will give me 6 totes. This is going to be a tote garden on the ground with all this vertical space. I can't beat that. That should work out absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to get this set up. So now it's time to make holes, and I'm going to show you something new. This is a step drill. Gary's got it, and I got it out of his garage. Look at that. You can make holes very small, and you can guide that in and make it as big as you want. And it's really quick if you've got a drill. You need a pretty good drill for that. But it's very easy to go through this plastic. Be careful. You won't crack it because these totes are really nice and soft. But you're going to make a big mess, and there's going to be plastic shavings everywhere. So just be careful on that. Wear safety goggles because of all the flying plastic, and collect all that and throw it in the trash. Look at that. So that is a step drill. I'll do another one here. I like the size holes. That is pretty good. And the plus thing is it's really quick. Just make sure you collect all the plastic and get in the trash. Now, this is my Flash Fish Power Unit. I love it. I plugged in my soldering iron. I love the idea. You can turn it on and off. I can bring in a glue gun and everything out there, whatever I need in the garden. But I want to show you two different ways in case you don't have the power unit or you have no plug to plug in your soldering iron. But here, it's quick. There's no mess, and it's very fast. You can make the holes as big as you want. You can make them elongated. You can do whatever your heart desires. And I like to leave a little bit of water in my tote. So I usually leave between a 1/2 inch to 2 inches sometimes of water, especially in the summer. But I'm going to have a water source here, so I can leave about a 1/2 inch right now. But look how quick it is. There's no plastic anywhere, and I'm done. But I wanted to give you another idea and another choice. Now on this blue one, I'm going to make the holes on the side because I want all the water to drain out, not at me as I'm working, but on the outside. And yes, pick up all that plastic. But look how quick it is. I'm ready now to get this set up with you. Well, not quite, but almost. So let me tell you what I've done, and then I can get back to work, and you'll hopefully see this in the next few days to a week. All the totes are set up. Some have holes using my Flash Fish. I love that. It's a power unit at my hand. I use it all over the garden. I can plug in a glue gun, a soldering iron. I take my soldering iron out, plug it into the Flash Fish, let it heat up. Being that there's stepping stones here, I could go ahead and just lay the soldering iron on there until it's hot, and then it made holes in one of my totes, or a couple of my totes. Now there is another thing you can do if you've got a good drill. You can get a step drill, and with that, it makes a larger hole in a matter of minutes. Now it is a little messy, so you're gonna have pieces of plastic flying all over, but the thing is you can just sweep that up and throw it out in the trash. Either one will work. I put the holes on these totes fairly low, about 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch above, because I can walk in here and water it. But there it is. Now I'm starting to collect weeds, and all I have to do, let's step in here, is start filling these up. Now, if I went ahead and bought potting soil, each one of these totes, they're 18 gallons, will use probably almost 2 cubic feet. So it could cost me close to $20 if I bought a cheaper soil for each one, and that is over $100. I'm probably going to get soil from all over here that it won't cost me more than probably nothing, because I'm going to collect the soil that we've got all over. I'm going to first start with weeds. Every tote will be filled up with the weeds and leaves around here. And then on the very top, I will then, just like I do all the time, I will then take any soil from around the yard and I will layer it on the top. Will I plant in it right away? There's two different methods of doing it, and I'll get into that. If I wanted to plant right away before anything starts to break down, I could do it. I just have to do it a little bit differently. If I want to plant directly in the tote, then I may have to wait a day or two, or actually 3 methods. I could change things up and plant in it right away. So there's multiple methods, but I'll get into that when I do that. Now, why am I not moving this bucket? Number one, this bucket was leaves and stuff that have all broken down. Look at, I don't know if you can see, but these are earthworms. Oh, there's little baby earthworms in there. So there's earthworms in here, and this soil is going to be absolutely perfect to add to the top of all of these. There's earthworms in there. It's broken down compost of my own because it had leaves in there. Now, the thing is, I'm going to come back later on tonight and move the bucket. I'm not going to move it right now. I don't want this bucket in here. It's in my way, but here's why I can't. I think I've shown you. I have all kinds of critters living under there. So if I move it, I could move it now, but I want to get the earthworm out. And if I move it tonight, they'll slowly move away, and that will be it. They'll crawl off into the bushes. Let me step out. Yes, scorpions, roly-polies, earthworms, other little tiny bugs. I want them to crawl off and be safe. It's broad daylight now. They might get confused because they're kind of night creatures in there. So I'll move that later on tonight. But the thing is, I want the soil. So I could leave it, but then I got to work around it. So I'll probably You know what? I may just leave it until I get most of these full. Then I'll start to dump it in there, and then I'll just take the bucket out. And my scorpion will run off probably under one of these flower pots here, and then I can get that bucket out and be able to work in here. You know, the way I've got this set up, there's a possibility this thing could grow more than the great big dog kennel over there. And I'm going to do this in a very different way because of circumstances and things I've been researching. I haven't really got into a lot. I'm going to alternate how I grow in here. It'll be a little different than some of the other ways I grow, but you'll go with me and I'll show you that. But the first thing I want to do is get all the weeds out of here. We got weeds everywhere. Load the whole bottom. There's a bucket there, and get the tote set up. Should have that done depending on my time. Technically, I could have it done today if I wanted to. But I'll get it done very quick, and then I'll start topping it with soil and watering it. I love that the door is right here because it's right near the hose. So it's going to be an easy place to go water. And then you'll see if I decide to wrap it with tulle or whatever I do, I will definitely show you. Right now, the main thing is let's get these totes set up. So I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead and throw your comments under there because I read it. Because some of you give me ideas and go, whoa, maybe I will do that. And I'm hoping to get this set up within a month because I want to grow a lot of food in here in a very different way. And I'm not putting on a roof. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. I have so much work to do. It's just like I've got to work over there and then I want to come here. And yes, I created a whole new garden. At least it's small, compact, and in one spot. Do you have any video clips of you putting that dog kennel together?
No, I don't. When we got it, I opened up the box to make sure all the parts were there, and it's so easy to put together, I decided I may as well just assemble it on the blocks that I put.